Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're a first time viewer. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you very much. Please like and comment on this video. This is my quick recap, my review for If Loving You Is Wrong. Quick, this is gonna be thorough. Who am I kidding? If Loving You Is Wrong, Season 5, that's what I'm calling it. Some are saying it's Season 3. I'm still calling it Season 5, Episode 2. 911 Emergency. So the episode starts off with the foolishness that Travis is still yoking up Kelly. And we all have this look of, if you don't get your hands off that woman in a 5, 4, 3, because he's just like, he's still doing that, well, you know, oh, so you want me to stop? Oh, please, you begging now. Oh, you begging. Oh, you know, I'm not forcing myself on you. No, you want this. I'm thinking, who? Anyway, because I could spend a good 10 minutes just on that alone. Justice comes and he's like, wait, Mom, what's going on? And of course breaks it up. And Kelly, she's like, oh, no, it's fine. I'm good. Are you crying? What's wrong? Did he do that to you? Did Travis do that to you? What? And she was like, no, I'm good. And Travis is like, oh, but we're fine. You know, your mom was just apologizing to me for... Kelly's doing what? Oh, that's what I thought. So, Justice was doing what I would have done, been like, are you good? Like, what's going on? You have Esperanza's daughter going and acting like, oh, clearly they were kissing. Clearly they were making out. You see her hair's messed up. She's disheveled. I'm thinking, whose kids are these? Even if you think that, see, that's how you know they're kids, because the fact that they're actually just saying that. You know that they're thinking that, but the fact that she said that, then the only reason why that was good was because she distracted Justice and they went back to bed. Kelly was about to have a crying fit because she was trying to keep it together and pretend like everything was cool. Next thing you know, she goes to the window because she needs to collect herself. I'm thinking, Kelly, don't cry too loud or Justice is going to come back out. Next thing we know, Travis pops up at the window and... she's like, oh my God, I'm calling the cops, Travis. He's strong. He, of course, is blowing his breath on the window and trying to draw a heart, show his love and affection for her. She's not having it. She's calling someone. Of course, Kelly doesn't want to call the police straight up. So I think she was just doing that bait tactic until he got in his car and left. But she was just breaking down, as she should, because Travis is too much. Side note. I do love the fact that the show is being filmed at night right now. These night scenes, I really love it because I love nighttime, period. So I just love the night scenes. Everyone looks different. And you can't tell me that Ben and Eddie and them, they all look kind of different. They all look like they actually stopped filming and then they just came back to film again. Ben looks like he gained 5 to 10 pounds. It could just be the lighting. I don't know. Something looks different about him. Something definitely looks different about him. He actually looks like now he's being groomed to go and stand up to... Lord, if Ben stands up against Eddie this plotline. Anyway, Esperanza notices... well, actually, she didn't notice him. She walked right by Julius. Julius is just like, hey. And he's like, oh, what are you doing here? I got a lot that... So, she goes and talks to Ben. It's like... so why is he in there? It's like, I don't know. You need to talk to the officer that locked him up. And she's like, okay. So she gets directed to Andrew. And Andrew's like, well, you know, I arrested him because he was speeding away from his father's funeral. And it was just like, wait, but you know who he is. Estrada. It's like, you know, as in the cartel, right? It's like, yeah. So then she tried to play dumb originally as far as her involvement. But then she was like, you need to watch yourself. And he was like, why? Because you need to watch yourself. That's why. She walks away. Ben's just like, oh, you screwed yourself now. You wanted to make enemies of Eddie and I. Now you made enemies with a drug cartel. Woo! You know he's going to get out. And once he does, who knows what he's going to do to you. So Andrew is shook. And Ben goes and talks to Julius. And Julius, you know, he starts to talk to Andrew. And it's just like, who's that? It's just like, oh, some dumb rookie trying to play hero. And it was just like, oh, so what's your name? Ben. I'm thinking, Ben, why are you so comfortable talking to the shady and shifty people? See, that's your problem to begin with. So it's like, Ben, remember, he saw Andrew's notebook, so he knows Ben's connected to Eddie. So it's like, oh, so what happened to your hand? I was like, oh, it was an accident. It was Eddie, wasn't it? It was like, what are you talking about? It was Eddie. I know it was Eddie. I was like, how do you know Eddie? No, you didn't do it. But how do you know Eddie? Let's just say we have some issues, and clearly you do too. So how about this? How about you get me some coffee and we talk about your future? I was like, well, I don't know about the thing about Eddie, but, you know, I'll get you the coffee. And Andrew goes and pops up, just like, what are you doing? You know, I'm just getting our pal there some coffee. And he's like, why would you do that? I need to do the breathalyzer. It's like, wait a minute, you didn't do that before arresting him? Well, he refused. I'm thinking, Andrew, you really let this one slip. You made an enemy of our cartel drug lord's son, even though he was basically disowned, and you Anyway, so Ben goes and gets him the coffee, and, you know, this officially just means that now Ben has kind of kissed enough butt to where Julius may consider him for more future opportunities. Now, Esperanza comes through and it's like, look, what are you doing? Don't you have somewhere you need to be? And it's just like, oh, yeah. So then Esperanza was saying to Julius, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not talking to you. He says, well, you just responded. You just replied. So, yeah, you are talking to me. Congratulations. You played yourself. And then, along with that, is that now we switch over and Randall's still in the coffin. The great thing about that is he's like, ah, what are you doing? Someone help, get me out of here. I'm thinking, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Because we hear Rusty and his crew, and you hear the baby. I'm like, Lord Jesus, what are they doing? What are they about to do to the baby? What are they about to do to that baby? See, that's the real question. We don't care about Randall. What are they about to do? What are they going to do to that baby? Alex is still freaking out. Alex is still having her moment. Alex, you know, she's calling whoever she needs to call. Now she's calling Lucian. Lucian's not picking up because now Lucian has to deal with his own emergency. And Alex calls she actually calls 911. She finally calls 911. Again, this whole time I don't feel bad for her. Now she's talking with Esperanza. Originally they didn't realize that they were speaking to each other, but then they do. So then Alex, here's how the conversation goes, because as you know, Tyler Perry can drag out something that needs to be happening in maybe 2 minutes into 5-6 minutes. The conversation was this. What's the problem? What's going on? You know, my baby's missing. It's like, I don't know. What happened? You need to tell me calmly. Okay, well, you know, I went out and then I came back and then the baby was gone. Why'd you go out? Because there was sounds, there was noise outside. It's like, okay, and so who do you think, what? It's like, I don't know, I need to go off the phone. I need to go my baby. I need to go find my baby. It's like, alright, but Alex, I understand, but the police are on the way. The police are on their way. Are you hurt? Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It's like, yeah, but I need an ambulance. Why do you need an ambulance? Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. But why do you need an ambulance? Why do you need an ambulance? No, because next door. Who? Randall's mom. Randall's mom. How old is she? I don't know. Her name is whatever it is. I don't know how old she is. Where is she? She's next door. She's in Randall's house. It's like, if Randall didn't know, I don't know. She's on the first floor. I need to go. She's hurt. You know, and it's just like, wait, but how do you know things are happening? You know, I heard some strange sounds, so then I went outside, and then I saw that she was hurt. You know, she's still alive, she's still breathing, she's still conscious. That's what Alex is thinking. And so, it's crazy because Alex is, I have to get off the phone, bye. I'm thinking, Alex, you doing all this, oh, my son. This is your fault. Very few times I can plainly say that this is your fault. This is someone's fault, but this is your fault. You called your father, of all people. You recruited your father to... Anyway, she goes next door to... see, I'm so thrown off now. To Kelly. It's like, Travis, I swear to goodness, if that is you. And so then it's like, oh, Kelly, it's me, it's Alex. It's like, Alex? Is Travis outside? No, he's not outside. What are you talking about? It's like, no, let me in. Why let me in? I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let me. It's like, what's going on? It's like, Kelly, the baby. It's like, the baby what? It's like, oh, I have to go. You have to go. You have to watch my kids. You have to watch my kids. I'm thinking, Alex, you're getting on my nerves a little bit too much. Alex, you're doing a little bit too much. I understand. See, that's the thing. That's what happens when you don't like someone. Because we don't like her, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care at all. She's doing all this grandstanding. Essentially, she gets Kelly to go and watch the kids. I'm like, Kelly really is... Kelly's the help. I'm sorry. Kelly is the help. Kelly is the help. She watches all your kids. She deals with everyone's issues. Anything she has going on, it doesn't really matter because then everyone else says all their problems. Kelly, they take you for granted. They really do. Alex storms off in her car. Kelly's trying to get her to wait to stop. It's like, did you call the police? Like, what's going on? I'm thinking, in this neighborhood, at nighttime, any noise, and you guys should be looking like, what's going on? But everyone slept through it. That was the actual issue. Everyone somehow slept through all of that noise. Okay, Tyler. Okay. It doesn't make any sense. Now we're back to reality. Lucian is with Natalie, and he has to get... Natalie is frantic. So it's like, okay, Natalie, you have to go with him. You have to go with him to the hospital. Joey, you have to go with Joey and Fawn to the hospital. So Natalie gets in the ambulance, and Lucian's gonna go and get their kids, and take care of, bring them to her sister, and then he's gonna go to the hospital. So Steven's there, and Steven's like, what's going on, man? What's going on? Steven wanted Lucian to give a statement. Lucian's like, I have to take care of my kids. And then Steven's just like, oh yeah, of course, of course. Steven keeps throwing me these different signs because I'm like, Steven has the potential to be a decent person, but I feel like he's just in league with some really shady characters, and he's willing to be a part of the problem instead of the solution, even though he wants to think that he's the solution. Eddie comes there and he's just like, hey bro, no, I always got your back. I always got your back, bro. I'm thinking, Lucian? Everyone just turn away. Just turn. I know we talk about gun violence, but there's certain people that I don't have a problem if they get a little popped. If they get popped, it's not an issue. Eddie's one of them. Because Eddie's trying to make light of the situation. It's just like, with your boy, he got shot. What's good? What's good? I'm thinking, you need to leave because this is partially your fault. You helped put the gears in motion to put the ideas into Quan's head and all that stuff. So this actually is partially your fault, whether people realize it or not. And Eddie, you will get what's coming to you. Trust and believe. You will get what's coming to you sooner or later. So Quan is dead. Quan is officially dead. Who knows what will happen when Tilda finds out, because she was already turned up before. So imagine now. And Eddie's so disrespectful. He goes, takes out this lollipop while he starts sucking on it while he's hovering over Quan's dead body, and then he just drops the wrapper on Quan. I know most people didn't notice that, but I did, because Steven was trying to tell him, be respectful, be respectful. Next up, we have Marcy and Brad. Brad comes back in. Marcy pretends like, she wasn't waiting up for him, even though she was. And they have this little cute back and forth of, so what's going to happen with us? I don't know what's going to happen with us. What's going to happen with us? I don't know what's going to happen with us. Marcy wants Brad to potentially move out because Marcy feels like Brad will get back together with Alex, and Brad's just there temporarily, and she just feels like, because Brad's interested in pursuing something. He's thinking, you know what? This got us closer together. And Marcy is saying, wait a minute. So you think fate works by having both of our significant others cheat on us with each other? Then you think that you're having another child, and it turns out to be her husband's child, and now they went and screwed, and now they're living together. That's how fate works? She was like, no. Here's how this is going to work. And so he was just like, well, she was like, so where were you? She's like, I went out for a drive. Your boots are muddy. It's like, yeah, I got stuck in the mud. So it's like, oh, okay. Well, you could have invited me. He said, well, since we're not really a couple in the item, since you don't really want to do anything with me, I just assume that you want to go. She's saying, well, I didn't say I didn't want to ever go with you to anything, to do anything. It's just that you could have just offered to ask. So you said, okay, so why don't we go right now? We can go right back out right now. I was in the mountains looking at the starry sky. I'm thinking, Brad, what did you bury? Was it the gun or was it something else? Because now I'm starting to get, I don't know, I don't know what you did, Brad. Brad, did you aid Rusty in some way? Did you bury their gun? Look, right now, Brad is on one, regardless of how rational he's acting. So, Brad's talking to Marcy, and he's still just trying to smooth talk her, because Marcy's just like, you know, my stomach doesn't feel well. You know the place that we eat at around the corner? Yeah, I think I got something bad from there. I'm not really feeling that well. Brad says, well, you know, oh, something wrong with your little tummy? You know I can always go and help you out. You know I can always go and get you something to make your tummy feel better. It's just like, oh, that's so cute, but I'm okay. He said, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. You know what? Yeah, and you're going to have to find somewhere to move soon because... And I'm thinking, Marcy, this is your fault. Because you keep playing around with Brad, and so he's happily wants to pursue something. You keep playing with him and see what happens. So she goes in her door, and it's like, if I lock it, then that's it. Well, he's like, if you lock it, then that means we're over. She locks it. Kelly gets a call from her baby daddy. And he's just like, he wants to give a general status update. He has a hearing soon. He may be possibly coming out soon. He wants to know if he can still move in. How does Justice feel about him? Kelly said, you know, I didn't tell him about you being in jail. And I didn't tell him much about you in general. I'm thinking, Kelly, keep going, because there's a little bit more that you need to tell him that you didn't tell Justice about. Like the fact that his father is not... Anyway, so we get past that, and her baby daddy, you know, because Kelly, I'm thinking, because he was asking, is everything okay? And she's like, everything's fine. Are you sure? Yeah, everything's fine. Kelly, I understand that he took all the charges for the both of you, but I'm sure if you tell him that Randall is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and still lurking around your house, that he'll go and handle it. I'm quite sure of that. Now, Kelly gets a call from Esperanza, because Esperanza's just like, Kelly, like, what's good? Kelly goes and lets her know, or Kelly called Esperanza, whatever. Anyway, I think Esperanza called her. So, Kelly's watching all the kids. The kids aren't at her house, which makes sense, because I'm thinking, Kelly, how are you raising your voice and doing all of that in your house, and none of them are waking up? Like, come on now. So, the thing is that Alex left, and Esperanza's pissed, because Esperanza's probably going to put out an APB for Alex's vehicle, because she was like, was it the red one? The red truck? I'm like, that was a crossover, but okay, whatever. You can use the word truck. But it said, I need you to go and see what's going on. Because remember, now this is where things get weird. Because I'm trying to figure out, when did Esperanza, why did Kelly just interpret the information the way that she was supposed to regarding Randall's mom being next door and that there being an issue? I don't remember, did Alex even say anything about that? Because I don't think Alex necessarily said anything about that. But anywho, Kelly leaves because it's just like, I need you to go and check for me. Kelly's like, no, I'm not going to go over there, and if something's wrong. I'm thinking, Kelly, I'll be thinking the same thing too, because what if they're still there? What if someone's still there? You go in that house, they lock that door, you're the next person dead. You never know. You really never know, especially with this crazy bunch. So, that's when Esperanza, and I forgot what her nickname is. Espy? Essie? I'm just going to call her Espy. And when Espy was like, well, you need to call Ramsey, you need to get into contact with Ramsey, because this is a life or death situation. So Kelly goes over, I have officially returned to Utah. All mail should be forwarded to 650, what is that? Hedgeline Road. Winala, Utah. Ramsey Walters. Kelly felt the ultimate slap in the face because originally Kelly was on the phone with SB and was just like, well, you know, I can't get into contact with him. You know, his car's not in the driveway, so I just know he's just not there. I'm thinking, Kelly, just tell her what you saw. Forget your pride. That's already gone from what happened in this past episode to begin with. So, she tries to call him. His phone is disconnected. I'm thinking, Lord, did Travis? Because I'm like, Ramsey can't be scared. He was, what was it, military? Either Travis really got to Ramsey and tried to wipe his existence from the face of the earth, or Ramsey really just hightailed it out of there. It's possible, but Ramsey doesn't seem like that type of person. So that's why I'm like, Lord Travis, what did you do? Now Kelly goes and she calls back SB, and SB's like, I need you to go over there. So she finally goes over there. There's blood. Oh my gosh, there's blood. There's a trail that leads to the door. And again, this is like 4 or 5 minutes of commentary, and again, she had the appropriate reaction because I'm thinking, wait, but Kelly, you're supposed to be well, not necessarily a boss, but you're supposed to be someone who had these type of issues in the past, or you were up to some foolery. You were up to some things. So what type of things were that? Because I feel like you should be able to handle this if you were really up to some things. But maybe it wasn't that deep. Maybe she wasn't the type to kill. Maybe I can see Kelly, you know, being a trap queen, pushing some drugs. I don't know why. I could see that. But she sees that there's a body. Oh my God, there's a body. I can't go in there. I can't go in there. Okay, that was pretty much it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Oh, I'm so happy this show is back. Empire tomorrow. American Horror Story tomorrow. Another one. I'm adding Scream Queens, so watch out for that. That video will be up after this one. What else? I don't know. I don't know.